Rab says he has heard that the parent company of FaZe doesn't have much money and that it could be the end of the current FaZe roster because they won't be able to compete on the market if someone comes offering players.
Is that, to my understanding, FaZe, from a financial perspective, and I do mean Atlanta Esports Ventures and the Atlanta FaZe team specifically, are not on the same playing field as some of their rivals right now in the league. We know that in the past, FaZe have won championships, like the World Championship, I think in 21, and then in 22 they were asked to take pay cuts, and they did to stick together, and I think that's happened, of course, to other teams as well. But my understanding is that FaZe just don't have the spending power in the market that they used to. Not to say that the guys on FaZe currently aren't getting well compensated, because I'm sure that they are. The point is, if it comes to a bidding war, if it comes to a situation where someone wants...
Guys, it doesn't matter if he's talking about CS or COD. It's the same company. Atlanta FaZe and FaZe CS, that's the same company that own both. So whether he's talking about one or the other, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
...a FaZe player to their team... like, they are, I think, going to have that conversation. It's not a matter of saying, oh, like, we're FaZe, we've got all the money, it doesn't matter. That's not how it is, probably for various esports factors, to be honest. But the point is, FaZe maybe doesn't have the money that they used to have. That team might well look to blow it up anyway, and those players are going to get off with some other teams. So I think with all these factors in play, it becomes even less likely that FaZe stay together because
he mentioned
BZ might want to go to Falcons because it's a big payday over there, but also FaZe might want him to go.
Who's his source? Sounds like he's talking out of his ass. I mean, I don't think we're going to hear him talk about his source, but
just what I will say is,
I feel like every year we hear that FaZe is broke, hence the constant pay cuts, but this time it could be finally chalked. They won't pay anything for a coach in Halo, LOL. No salary, part-time, stipend, nothing. HCS even take care of flight and lodge, so they don't even got to worry about that. I'm surprised AEV doesn't have enough money at the moment since they don't have an OWL team anymore. Esports in general is not profitable, so it's not a shocker AEV is lacking in financials. There's also multiple sports. Even Optic had to make budget cuts and are only in 2 other esports now. Why are people surprised? It's not about having no money. It's about actually being responsible. Esports is free to watch. Can we take a second to read that sentence? No amount of jerseys, advertisements, commercial breaks can justify 6-figure salaries. We are on borrowed time, and the Saudis have increased that. Unless esports goes into a pay-per-view or subscription-based model, the costs are always going to be too high, even if the players are on minimums. I've talked about this, and I feel like it's a pretty unpopular thing to talk about just because obviously everybody wants to watch the content for free, and that's kind of what we came up on and what everyone has come to expect. So I'm not even sure. I'm not sure which esports. Like, I'm curious as to what a pay-per-view model would do to esports in general. Like, I'll tell you what, bro. I'm watching Counter-Strike. They got gambling sponsors over there sponsoring their league, man. We got to let them in. We got to stop, like, a pay-per-view model would kill COD. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. It is a weird one where I do feel like we need to capitalize on every other revenue stream. Especially, I mean, comparing it to traditional sport, a lot of those teams make a ton of money off TV deals and whatnot, right? UFC, I'm sure, makes a ton of money off pay-per-views. I don't think we have the base to actually do that. But it's even more reason that we have to, like, really capitalize on every single revenue stream. And I do feel like specifically our esport could be doing more, but